Hello and welcome to Girl That Book.
Man, look.
I'm Jelana, aka
Funny. Why we go through this every time, yo?
I'm Jelana, aka Lana, aka Virgo Girl.
And I'm Dana.
I'm Malik.
I'm old.
Girl That Book, Man Look is your one-stop shop for Black romance recaps and reviews. Today, we're going to be finishing up the book by Virgo Girl, Cautious. But before we get started, what y'all doing on today?
What you drinking? With that's on grapefruit.
This is smart water. I'm just gonna get smarter. Smart water.
Oh, good luck.
Shut up.
Ooh.
2021.
I said that out loud. I apologize.
Ooh.
Fire. Shots fired.
Check your text messages in a minute.
Shots fired. Read out. What shots fired?
I have a little bit of mango margarita.
Mmm.
One glass. No bottle today.
No bottle.
So I'm drinking Lipton tea.
Woo.
Month of January is detox. I don't drink during the month of January, so. But I also got a little sea moss, Pharaoh's sea moss, just in case, little Pharaoh's berry. Shameless plug.
Pharaoh Cup. There it is. I'm drinking Seagram's gin. Please come sponsor us.
You say ginger ale?
Ginger ale. Come sponsor us.
All right. Well, everyone be prepared. Get prepared. Get ready to be ambushed by boom, boom, boom. Dana.
Okay, all right. We are finishing the book. And let's just go back just a little bit just to recap. We don't got to go back that far though. So this is the thing. We left off with Trina. Last week it was so Trina, I think we called her like a hood rat. I think there was several names for her, but we'll just stick with Trina. Trina was plotting and planning. She has a plan. She thinks she has a master plan, but little does she know, Imani is ready for her. She is ready for her. And that's where we take off from. So Trina now has to produce what? She has to produce proof that she's pregnant. And so how's she gonna do that? Well, her girl Pinky tells her, girl, Google it, like get it off the internet. Like it's easy. Not, most women that have been pregnant, since Trina doesn't know anything about this, when you have an ultrasound, there's like your name on it and the hospital that you attend, like there's things on it. But no, oh, girl gets several pictures off the internet. So she could have pictures of monkeys. We have no idea because she really doesn't know what she's doing. That's what we're dealing with. We don't know. She could be a baby lizard. She has no idea what she's doing. She just went and started Googling stuff. And then all of a sudden now she got pictures. So that's where we're ready. Like she's got pictures. It's kind of crazy, but we're dealing with craziness. Meanwhile, back on the ranch, Imani, she's got it all planned out. She is ready. Like she's got every detail of what's going to happen. But while she's planning and she's now, Chance can't handle this. Like Chance doesn't want to go out on the dates. He doesn't even like talking to her, but he doesn't really have to do all the texting because Imani took care of that because, he's grossed out by her. But while she's doing this, something happens. There is an emergency in her family and he's on the phone. He's like, girl, what's going on? And she's just kind of freaking out, right? She is freaking out. And he was just like, what? And finds out that something done happened to her mama, an accident. There was an accident. And anybody that knows, a girl's gonna get to her mama, So without her having to say a word, this is what we're dealing with when you know, because there's a difference between loving someone and being in love with someone, right? And so when you pick up the phone, do I need to pause?
Preacher.
Okay. So where we're at is, oh boy has to be in love, because before she could bat an eye while she's on the phone freaking out, he done made flight reservations for the two of them. He didn't say, I'm gonna send you on over to the nice state of Minnesota. He didn't say that. What he said was, oh, I got two tickets. And she was like, you don't have to do that. I just got to get there. And he's like, yeah, I got to go home and pack. He said, no, because, well, the detail I left out, you know, because they had just smashed. And so he was like, what you need to do is just go shower, baby. And then you don't got to worry about nothing else. You're going to shower. Yes, they had to take care of business, but then that happened. So she said, just shower and then we'll get what we need when we get there. What? Like, no luggage. They're going to Minnesota. Nothing. It's cold as shit. And he said, we don't need anything, baby. We're going to get to the airport. He got all the details. Everything was, he then called his brother. They're getting a car. Like, every detail was taken care of. So they get to Minnesota.
Yeah,
they get to the hospital. I mean, like, when I say he's changing, but love will do that to you. So they get there and she wants to check on her mom. Okay, I'll let that pass. But there's a difference, Otis. Different. So what happens was they get to the hospital. She's checking on her mama and her mom's fine. And then I think it hits him, like, because she's like, my mom's good. Can you come on in here? And he said, oh shit, like, I gotta meet the family. Never thought of anything like that. Like, never thought. He was still back at the airport picking out the right goose in his mind, you know, because he had to get a jacket and a car scarf and everything else. And then when he got a whiff of the wind, he was like, shit, I needed boots. So he was still worried about those things. He was never thinking, like, I gotta meet your parents. She was like, just come do this. Because when you meet the parents, like, I'll just ask, does that become real, guys? Like, I just have a question. Like, when it's time to meet the parents, you just don't meet anybody's parents, right? So when you meet the parents, that's something different, right? Help me with that one.
Yeah, it becomes real scary. That's what.
Why is it real scary?
Because you don't know what to expect. You know, you go in as you are and hope you come out the same. Plain and simple. Especially if you got a crazy daddy like me. You know.
Okay.
Gun on him.
That's the truth. Crazy. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay. You don't know what they said about you and stuff. That's another thing. Because just because they loving you, that don't mean she tell everybody else they love you.
That's right.
Get in there and be like, oh, this is N-word here. You walk in there like, what? Wait a minute. I thought my name was Nicholas.
Right.
My name ain't Nicholas. What's that about?
Thought they were talking about Ninja Turtles and stuff. You didn't even know. Right. I get it. Yeah, I think as parents, not only the fellas could be ruthless, I think women can be too, because I have daughters and I know how. I'm like, I don't even have to say anything. I could just be like, not that one. Not that.
Damn.
I mean, you can see it, you can smell it, you just be like, no, not that one.
That's true. Anybody that Margaret didn't like turned out to be horrible for me. Anybody about Margaret was like, what is this scraggly thing you done brought in here? Ended up being a scraggly nothing type of person. So
Damn.
Yeah. It's a mother's. Yeah.
mama, no.
Yes, moms know. Because my mom would always be like, why were you going backwards when you can go forward? And I'm like, but mom. And she was like, okay, you do what you will, but So I usually did what I will. And then when I bumped my head, I was like, Mom, you got any ice to put on that? But I learned. So I'm going to help them through that so they don't ever have to do that. That's my goal. That's my goal.
Good luck.
But back to the book. So now he got to go in and meet the parents. And then, it's not like you're going to dinner. The mother is in the hospital. Okay. So now you're walking in, and now as a man, most men are very polite. They don't come in like, what up? They just don't do that. If they did, I think I'd be like, That's after like maybe 2 months of knowing you can say what up. But after that, I think you should be polite. So he was on his best behavior. And while he was doing it, the dad and the brother thought that was so funny. They were like, that's so funny. You're real polite. You're real polite. Where mama's sitting over there like, he is fine. I'm going to have some cute grandbabies. And she's like, Mom, stop. Yeah, Mom, you got to stop, Mom. You're going to scare him off. Like, you're going to scare him off. Well, the dad and the brother was like, look here, partner, you going to go hang out with us. We got some running to do. You going with us. And she's like, oh, shoot, because everybody knows what that means. But while she's spending time with her mom, the dad and them, they're just kind of shooting the shit in the man cave. Right. Like my mom says, the caveman. And I'm like, Mom, that's not what it's called, but
the caveman.
We know what it is. Yeah. And so they're talking, and basically dad just stops and says, what are your intentions with my daughter? Oh. Now, that to me was pretty deep, because I don't think my daddy had ever done that. I don't think he ever just called it what it was. What are your intentions? Because I'll just let you guys tell me. What would you say to that? Let's not say what he said, but what would be the honest thing that you would say? Because I know it's going to be the truth. I know it's going to be the truth. So tell me the truth, guys.
The shade. Oh, the shade.
I'm just saying the truth.
You want to say, wait a minute, hold on. Let me get clarification.
If a father asked you what was your intentions, how would you answer that question?
Oh, that's the question.
I'll answer it for you. Bullshit. You would answer with bullshit. You would say, my intentions are pure with your daughter. I love your daughter. No, you wouldn't have said, I was really trying to get in your daughter's pants, because that's what he was trying to do. I'll go to the book, because y'all ain't wanting to be the truth. So I'll go to the book. He really wanted to get in her pants, but he couldn't tell the dad, like, I wanted to smash your daughter. He had to skip all that and say, I really wasn't looking for this in my life, but I found it in your daughter. And if you would let me, sir, I one day would like to marry your daughter.
That's why it's written in fiction.
Exactly.
Saying, because I know that's not true. I mean, like, you're saying what you want him to hear, but the truth was y'all was trying to get in.
But wait a minute. Hold on.
Not at that time. At that particular time, that's not how he was feeling about her.
But his intentions at first was to get in her pants, and after he realized what kind of woman she was.
The question was, what are your intentions? Not what were you
intended. Very true, but I'm just saying, most men wouldn't have been honest. Okay, we'll skip. I was right. You're wrong. So then,
you should say they go low.
They go low. I go high. That's what it says.
That shirt is telling a lot today.
Yes, it is. So anyway, because y'all's hating, so what we're gonna move forward. So they had a good conversation. They kind of bonded. They kind of bonded. She gets back. Bonded. She's trying to figure out what is going on. They did. They bonded.
We're not bonding at all.
We're not bonding.
It's 2021. Let me talk. So then,
obviously.
So then this is what happened. So she gets there. She's like, everything's good. And something was different about him. I don't really know, but how the book describes, like, he even looks at her differently. And I don't know if it was because he told her dad that he publicly told her dad that he was basically in love with her, or at that very moment he said, damn, I'm in love with her. So now you see her different, because doesn't that happen? If you love someone is different than being in love with someone. Do you guys agree?
Yes.
We agreed to that earlier.
Okay, before I stab or delete him out of this frame.
Like, that's the second time you asked that question.
You know what? I have to think about where I'm at in the book. So just give me a second. So I just want to remember that Imani's mom had said something when she was talking about grandbabies, and she was like, Mom, you're gonna scare them off. But she did smack her on her butt, because I think she was insinuating that she was getting a little bigger. But when she said that, by the smack on the butt, I even think that Chance was like, I did notice too, but he never said it, because guys should never really talk, there's just some things you don't talk about, So he never said, babe, you're gaining the weight. He never says really anything about that right away. Well, they get back home and they had a great time, and now it's time to now expose Trina. So we got to get all the details ready for the party. They get to the club and they've got it down to times. It's going to happen at this time. So-and-so's arriving at this time, and this is going down at this time. Trina is amped. She is getting dressed, ready for the party. She got to the club like, oh, my man. And he was just wanted to regurgitate, because he was like, this is some BS that I even got to do this. Because not only he had that detail, but he had another detail and another plan in place too. See, Imani doesn't know everything. She doesn't know everything, but she knows what she needs to know. So they get there. Trina's like, when are we going to do it? When are we going to do it? He was like, you know what? We're going to do it right now. We're going to do it right now. So I want you, he didn't say babe or nothing. He was like, you over there, you stand over on this side.
Right.
Yeah. And then he told Imani, sweetheart, can you just be right over here? Like, but that's after he went into the office and was like, it's about to go down. You ready? All the details are done. It's about to go down. Yeah. And so she's like all giddy, like, let's get this trick. So she's ready. They're sitting. He's got his mom and dad there, and that's all you need to know right now. But he's got his mom and dad there, and everybody's just waiting patiently. And he gets up and he says, thank you, everybody, for supporting me. Like, this has been a journey. There's been ups and downs. And I just want to thank Trina, yes, for everything. But he didn't know exactly how to thank her. It's kind of hard to thank this pregnant woman. So he said, I'm gonna put it on a video. Everybody, look at all the TVs. And he exposes her ass. He was like, security, take her ass out. But her being her true self, she got to wailing and flying, and let's just say she exposed everything. But she did go out with a whole fight. I'm gonna get my lawyers, I'm gonna get everybody. And he's like, do it all. But then, yeah, and he also said, this is the last time this kind of shit is gonna happen in my club. So he's letting everybody up in there know, this ain't the spot for this. I can do it, but none of y'all can do this in here. Then he called Imani and he said, babe, come up here. And to my brother and my sister, come up here. And my mom and dad, come up here. And Imani, your parents come up here, and your brother come up here. And she's like, oh my God, like, what? My parents are here, because remember, they're in Minnesota and now they're in Florida. And she's like, what is going on? And he tells her to look at this screen. And in the screen, he shares just their past and their journey. He shares their journey. And when she turns back around, it's like a Cinderella story. It really is. She turns around. He's on his knee with a fat ass ring. And he says, girl, will you? And she's like, yes, ninja. Yes. Yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. So not only is Imani getting married, but I think her mom may have been right. you know, because you might have to read it. You're going to have to read it. You're going to have to find out what's really going on. But one thing you do know that you need to keep reading, Trina is exposed. She gets proposed to, and Simone and Chase, they have twins. So we're back to Taylor twins all over again. But if you want to know what happens, because there's a lot that's gonna happen, because I didn't even tell you that Imani's friend Rashida, that's her girl that she met at the office, and Rashida is going through a divorce, and she done met this dude that's a neighbor guy that's taking her son to basketball, and he's fine as hell. But anyway, I don't think we want to get into any of that. I just think that if you want to know what happens, you're going to have to keep on reading and reading and reading to find out.
I agree.
Just been ambushed.
I don't like it. Okay. Yeah, I was ambushed by you. Damn. Sick of that.
You know what? 2021 is going to be a good year.
Ambushed by Dana.
Yes. So there's some real stuff that in that last chapter that really happened, though. I found that chapter was real. Like in real life, it does happen. We've been joking all through the book, and there are guys that were hoes, and they've transformed.
This is definitely
they transformed into a masterpiece. Like he ended up to be a masterpiece. I mean, he got training. I mean, he's every girl's wish at this point. Just saying. I mean, he was trained. He's an A student. This is everything. He got 2 clubs too.
You're so full of it.
Kind of like when Al Green became a preacher.
Exactly.
Yes. See, it can happen. It can happen.
Mace.
It can
like
happen
Mace.
to the best of them. Okay, guys, I just want you to pull it all together with all your truth.
We're getting introduced. This is it. This is how we doing this.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess.
Okay, the truth. Here we go. This is the truth. The truth is that
That'd be on
there are.
No, go ahead, Malik. It's okay. I've got my hand over the other person. Go ahead.
You're good. The truth is that men are providers and protectors. So the moment that Chance heard that his lady had a situation to be attended to, he provided and protected her at all costs to make sure she was taken care of. And sometimes men don't get that recognition enough to say that we come through. You all may tag and why are you doing this? Why are you do it like this? I got it. I take care of it. No, I want you to do it like this. But at the end of the day, if you just let us take care of it, we're gonna take care of it. That's it. So he provided, protected. He showed her. She was like, "No, don't go. You don't have to go. No." He was like, "I got this. We not even. Matter of fact, you don't even have to pack a bag. You just come on, get on this flight." He even said, "I bought first class tickets for her." Yeah. He broke it back. He got a payday loan to go get them tickets. and he made sure.
Nah, that was a different book, bro.
He owns it. Yeah, no payday loan. No payday.
I guess I was thinking about me.
I thought.
My bad. I thought it said.
Okay. I just thought you might have had flight miles. That's okay. You have miles.
Yeah, that's the thing. We that's the truth about it. Like, let us do what we got to do, and without a lot of fanfare, we just gonna get it done. Point blank. And Chad showed that in every point of Arthur's, when she was pregnant, and she didn't know, he took advantage of that. He made sure she felt comfortable with it, no matter how she felt. He protected her. He
So
provided for
let's
her.
stop there. Can I stop you
Oh,
just quick? Because
okay, okay.
I purposely didn't mention a part of it.
Oh, sorry.
And I want to see
You-
what, how you, the part is, and you kind of alluded to it when you said he was going to protect her. Do you think when he was sitting out in the parking lot, making
Mm,
sure she didn't go inside of the building,
hmm.
would that have happened? Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Why wouldn't it happen? Because he wanted to make sure that first of all he can be mad that you didn't tell me. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
Chance has had in a lot of instances he's been sitting out watching people. So we need to discuss that. He's a little bit of a
He
stalker.
low key
That's
stalker.
he's kind of a stalker. So
He low key stalker.
right, he's a stalker. It's like 3 times in this book he was just sitting in his house watching. You know, like
Watching.
but we need to discuss. But anyway, but no, that's not the point. Yeah, he protected her because he didn't want her to go in without a clear understanding of what let me know. He knew, but he wanted to see was she gonna be honest and open enough to let him know.
Right.
But he wasn't going to. He was going to protect her because he wasn't going to let her go in there and do something that they hadn't discussed. No, no,
Okay.
that was a hush reason.
No, I agree with that. And I really, Lana, this is for you. The way you
Ooh,
wrote that was a very good and very, because I don't think people see a side of a woman and what a woman has when she makes a decision like that, what she's really going through. I think because Simone kind of said, oh, I'm mad. I can't believe you would do that. And I don't want to talk to you. I won't expose you, but I don't want to talk to you. But you never knew what she was really going to. It was just like, that's what I'm doing. I can't do it right now. This is what I'm doing. But when she gets in there 2 hours early, she's sitting in her car and she can't get it together. Like she cannot, from opening the door to shutting the door, to opening the door to shutting the door, to pulling up and pulling out and beating on you could tell she went through so many emotions. So you did a good job of just portraying that it isn't as easy as what she thought it was going to be. And I like the fact that he was still a stalker because he had been stalking her, sitting out in front of, and he picked the perfect time to stalk. And not only did he do that, he took it an extra step. He went inside of the building and he said,
mm-hmm.
hey, my girl had an appointment. So what happens if she don't, well, if she's not here in 15 minutes, then she'd have to reschedule. He waited 15 minutes. He was like, I am making sure she don't bring her ass back around here.
Right.
He was making sure, like, I'm just gonna make sure, and then I'm gonna go to the house and I'm gonna have to deal with whatever. Hey, fellas, I know you guys, because we're this, okay, this is the only time you're gonna get it because it's January and we just got to 2020. I'll never say this again, but sometimes we can be. I'm not even gonna say it because you get on my nerves. Anyway, we can be rough and we can be hard on y'all, and you know,
Yes, Lord. Speak the truth, Pastor.
this is it. This is all you're getting because I'll never say it again. But it is what it is.
How you
So
know?
the book says it. Book
No,
says he was scared. He didn't
everybody,
say scared, but
every man
I
is
mean,
scared.
are you guys not reading all the chapters?
Every man is scared.
Every man scared. Man.
Everybody is scared. Every
You ever
woman.
watch
And every woman is scared.
Jesus?
We're carrying the child. We gotta eat right. We gotta do everything right, or else if something goes wrong, it'll be like because of you, my baby can't read in the 6th grade. It'll be just like that.
Wait a minute. Do we need to have an intervention? That was my.
I'm just saying.
That
I'm
was
just
my.
saying. Just saying.
Oh,
It take that long? The 6th grade, huh?
Some kids, I mean, they blame them for stuff. So it'd be 6th grade and they can't read. And then it'll be like, you weren't eating grapes. You were not eating grapes. You were eating sunflower seeds. And that's why my baby can't read. So we got to do stuff. You guys can be scared and stressed, but imagine us.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean,
women.
Imagine either having to push something out of the hole or get sliced open.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Yeah, it's hard to hear the truth.
Yeah, because I don't know if you guys dilate and go like this,
I'm not
and the head
handling.
pop out, and then the
I'm not
shoulders
handling.
got to come out, and all you guys get to say is, "That's my boy," or "She's beautiful."
Truth.
And we still got to pass the placenta. We ain't even done. We ain't even done yet.
That's some truth. That truth is truth, right? Truth.
Truth.
I have a question though about that truth statement. So do you guys think that Malik, you said that guys are providers and protectors. Do you think men are naturally born that way, or do they need to be taught to be that?
I believe that we're born, we're born that way, but it is a taught behavior. So if we don't see it, we don't know how to protect. We don't know how to provide. But even as a young boy, when you see your mom, you want to protect her. You want to try to provide for her. So I believe that we're born that way, but it has to continue. It has to be a taught behavior. We, as young men, need to see our mothers being taken care of. We need to see our uncles taking care of our aunts, our sisters' boyfriends, taking care of them. So I feel like it's a taught behavior. Yeah, we're born like that, but it becomes a taught behavior after a certain point.
So I think innately every man is that way, but you have to be taught to be more concerned, more
Exactly.
open. You have to, men have to be, it's a biblical principle that iron sharpens iron. And most of the time, the other men need to be seen, other men working in that capacity. If they don't, then their indication of what they feel is a protector provider is skewed because just because I am buying and paying for everything, I'm providing. Not necessarily.
Right.
Provision is not all the time based on your monetary worth and wealth. You have to give that sense of saying my providing is saying that, hey, this is where we're going. I may not have it all right now, but lady, we're going this direction. I want you to follow me, and I'm gonna make sure you're safe through all of those instances. That is the iron sharpening iron. But some men feel that just because I can slang it and knock it down and put you through
Those
the
are
head.
pluses. So.
Yeah, those are pluses, but that's not all the time.
No, I was just helping.
Yeah,
Sorry,
but
my bad.
But see, that's the other thing. At that point, then some things are not going to get. Somebody ain't gonna eat. If you sitting there laying
right.
up,
If that's all I'm doing, somebody ain't gonna eat.
no, somebody ain't gonna eat. So
that's real.
So I have one more question about the providing thing. How is it devastating as a man? How does it affect a man if he can't provide? Or
ego is crushed. I'm sorry. Ego is crushed. Ego is crushed. I mean, my ego, it would just definitely be crushed because growing up, that's all I wanted to do: have a family and provide for them. You know what I mean? That was me. That was what I saw. Out of the mentors that I had, the father figures, all of that. So I wanted to be like them so much and provide, and you know what I mean, for my family. So my ego would be crushed. Like if I'm off sick or hurt, and I can't make a certain amount of money, I'm hurting right now. You know what I mean? It's like my ego, like, well, I don't want to touch my savings. So what am I going to do to hustle up, to get that dollar that I'm used to spending? You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, for me, it's an ego thing. I cannot lie.
Thank you for joining us for Girl That Book.
Man, look.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Hit the notification, like, subscribe, and share. Hit the notification. To find all of Virgo Girl books, they are all available on Amazon.com, including this one that we just wrapped up. Our next book will be whatever, whenever, the first book of the Power Sisters series. So if you want to hear about those old Power Sisters and see what they're doing, make sure you tune in next time.
And you don't want to miss the Power Sisters.
Get into it.